It was a dark and stormy night. Just kidding. It was a bright and sunny day in Washington, D.C., but the mood inside the White House was anything but cheerful. The midterm elections had just happened, and let's just say the results weren't exactly a glowing endorsement of the Trump administration, so naturally, what better way to soothe those post-election blues than with a good old-fashioned press conference? Enter Jim Acosta, CNN's chief White House correspondent, a man known for his tough questions and even tougher hair gel. He was ready to rumble. And standing opposite him, a man who needs no introduction, the star of The Apprentice and leader of the free world, President Donald J. Trump. Buckle up, folks, because this is where the story gets juicy. Think of it like a WWE match, but instead of folding chairs and steel cages, we have microphones and press credentials. In this corner, we have the president, known for his verbal jabs and signature red ties. And in the other corner, we have the journalist, armed with nothing but facts and a relentless pursuit of the truth. Let the games begin. Now, everyone knows that President Trump and the media have a relationship that could best be described as complicated. It's like that couple you know who's always fighting, but somehow they stay together. So, when Acosta got his chance to question the president, he didn't hold back. He grilled Trump about the infamous migrant caravan making its way to the U.S. border, a favorite topic for the president's fiery rallies. Then Acosta dared to bring up the dreaded R-word, Russia. You could practically see the steam coming out of Trump's ears. The tension in the room was thicker than a bowl of grits. Trump, never one to back down from a fight, let loose on Acosta. "That's enough," he barked, wagging his finger like a disappointed schoolteacher. "You're a rude, terrible person." Now you might think that Acosta would back down, apologize maybe, or at least pretend to be intimidated. But no, not Jim Acosta. He's made of sterner stuff. He stood his ground, clinging to that microphone like it was the last lifeboat off the Titanic. And that's when things got really interesting. A White House aide, probably realizing that the president's verbal jabs weren't quite doing the trick, decided to take matters into her own hands. Literally. She swooped in, attempting to pry the microphone away from Acosta in a move that wouldn't have looked out of place in a schoolyard tug-of-war. The look on Acosta's face was priceless, a mixture of bewilderment and indignation. It was like watching a squirrel try to wrestle a nut away from a very determined bulldog. The White House, in a move that surprised absolutely no one, accused Acosta of placing his hands on the aide. Acosta vehemently denied the accusation, calling it a blatant lie. And you know what? The video evidence backed him up. The whole thing was just bizarre. It was like watching a scene from a really bad reality TV show, except this was real life, with real consequences. The White House, in their infinite wisdom, decided to use this incident as an excuse to revoke Acosta's press pass, effectively banning him from the White House. Section 4. CNN cries foul. You can't silence the truth, or can you? CNN, understandably, was not having it. They released a statement defending their reporter, calling the White House's actions a blatant attempt to punish a reporter for his challenging questions. They accused the Trump administration of trying to stifle the free press and undermine democracy itself. The White House Correspondents Association, a group not exactly known for their radical stances, also chimed in, calling the ban weak and misguided. They argued that revoking a reporter's credentials over a minor disagreement set a dangerous precedent. The message was clear. You can't just silence the press because you don't like what they have to say. Well, you can try, but it's probably going to backfire spectacularly. Section 5. The aftermath, more reporters, more drama, more Trump, but wait, there's more. As if the Acosta debacle wasn't enough drama for one press conference, Trump decided to spread the love around. He got into it with other reporters, including April Ryan of American Urban Radio Networks and Yamiche Alcindor of PBS. It was like he was trying to set a new record for most journalist confrontations in a single press conference. The whole thing was a complete circus, and the media had a field day. Late-night talk show hosts couldn't get enough of it. The memes were glorious. For a brief, shining moment, the world was united in their amusement at the absurdity of it all. But behind the laughter, there was a sobering reality. This wasn't just a funny anecdote. It was a stark reminder of the increasingly hostile relationship between the Trump administration and the press. And in a democracy, that's not something to laugh about.